Hey everybody, Kyle Sasser here, and it's everyone's favorite time of the month. That's right, market statistics time. These statistics are for Dayton, Ohio for March 2023. So you're probably asking yourself, Kyle, we are in April. Why are we looking at March statistics? And the reason why is because it does take a while for all of those statistics to get compiled. I used to rely on the Florida Realtors to compile those. Unfortunately, those came in very late. So March statistics we would not usually get until the end of the month. So what I've been doing is I've actually been pulling these statistics and generating these reports on our own. It allows us to get these numbers together a lot quicker and in your hands literally weeks before they are released by the state real estate board. So if you would like a copy of these reports, you can follow the links down below. There's a place there where you can download the reports and have them in your hand as soon as possible. The other thing to know about these reports is that we are comparing year over year. We are not comparing month to month. So we are not comparing March 2023 to February 2023. We're actually comparing March 2023 to March 2022. The reason we do that is because the real estate cycle over the course of 12 months has a natural ebb and flow. Up north, obviously, fall is wintertime. Not a lot of houses get sold or listed for sale or purchased during the wintertime. Places with a little bit more sunshine, it tends to follow more of the school year. You do still have that drop in December and January. So by comparing March 2023 to March 2022, we can see how we are in the grand scheme of things. And real estate usually does not move fast enough to make that a problem. Notice I said usually. Recently, the market has been wild since the peak, which was roughly June, July 2022. And so the market has been bouncing around a lot more than usual. Previous years, it has been a very steady progression, some changes here and there, but by and large have been mostly predictable. The last 8 months or so has been pretty wild. And I will get to those in a bit. But that's basically what these statistics are. We're comparing year over year, and download the report, links below. So everyone knows that the real estate market has been pretty hot. That kind of came to a close in June, July 2022. Later months of 2022, the real estate market really kind of hit the brakes. Primarily the number of buyers left the market. There was not very many people buying houses, which meant that inventory was able to build. We've had a little bit of a change here the last few months, which I will get to in the numbers here. We have had demand come back a bit, but we still have some concerning numbers that I can't say that we are out of the woods so far as prices and sellers go. There's a lot of stuff going on, basically. All right, so let's dive into these Dayton market statistics. Dayton overall, real estate-wise, has been relatively steady Eddie, especially compared to most of the rest of the country and the state. Columbus, their horn gets tooted a little bit more because they're increasing in population and also just economic power. Dayton's not doing too bad. We have the Air Force Base, which really helps to kind of even things out quite a bit. So compared to, like Cleveland and some of the stats I saw for some of the Cleveland counties up there, Dayton, pretty steady, and as well as the surrounding suburbs and metro areas. On these stats, whenever I say Dayton, we're actually looking at Dayton and the surrounding, 6 or 7 counties, because that's what these statistics get pulled from. Total number of closed sales was down 15.4% from 1,309 to 1,107. Median sales price was actually up 11.8% from $187,000 to $209,000. Average sales price was up 8.4% from $228,060 to $247,258. Yes, I do consider rounding that because that is a lot to say. Total dollar volume is down 8.1% from $298 million to $274 million. Median percentage of original list price is down 1.4% from 100%. So March 2022, whatever the house got listed for, that's pretty much what it would sell for on average or median. medianly. Whereas currently we are down to 98.6% of that original list price. So there's a little bit of negotiation and price reductions going on. Median time to sale is down 11.6% to a total of 48. About a month and a half is about how long it is taking most houses to sell in the Dayton area. Total number of new listings was down 17.8%, total of 1,430. And active inventory, which was total homes for sale, was at 1,018 homes on the last day of the month. Now, one interesting thing to note here is that the total number of new listings was technically more than the total number of closed sales by about 320 homes. So we did actually build some inventory there. Doom and gloom section, which is foreclosures, bank-owned properties, and short sales. So this was a lot of predictions going on whenever the COVID moratoriums got lifted. It was predicted that there would be a flood of foreclosures, short sales, it would blow up in the market and all this stuff. There's a grand total of one short sale in the entire greater Dayton Metro area. And the total number of foreclosures and bank-owned sales was up 133%, which sounds terrible, but it was only a total of 14. So that is the overall stats. I do like to cover historic median sales price currently, just because we've kind of had the market bounce back and forth a little bit. Like I said, Dayton has held relatively steady, especially compared to some other metro areas that I am active in, but it has still felt that bounce a little bit. I have others that have dropped, like one metro area, Pinellas County in Florida has dropped $40,000, their median sales price, and then so it came down 40,000 and then went back up 40,000. But again, Dayton, steady Eddie, relatively. June-July peak was $221,850. In August, that dropped to 205,000. September, 205,000 again. October dropped 7,000 to 198,900. Dropped another 8,000 in November to 190. So I guess that is getting pretty close to 40,000. That's $30,000 price slide there. December 190,000. January $189,950. February $195,500. In March we are back up to 209,000. Now if you look at the historic chart, that beautiful chart there at the bottom, you will see that there is that natural wintertime price slide. It's not that prices drop in the wintertime, it is that the median house that sells in the wintertime goes down. The median price does get affected depending upon what is actually getting listed for sale. And I can tell you the number of, well, I'll just switch over here. So December, total of 863 homes for sale. March and April, which we're in, there's 1,800. So that is over twice as many homes for sale. April, May, over twice as many homes listed for sale in March, April, May compared to December. So it's a little bit of a sample problem, you know, as well as just people not being too interested in going and looking at houses in the snow and the ice. Except for me, I was out there looking at them. Now, I do like to break things down into the various price points because a $1 million house does sell on a little bit different time frames than like a $200,000 house. It is not necessarily a product of there being something extra that needs to be done for the $1 million properties. It's just primarily the buyer pool. Those higher price ranges is a lot smaller. Yes, I have sold both. So total number of closed sales, we have lower sales across the board, except for the $400,000 to $600,000 range. I don't usually like to read all of these. I'll just try to hit the high points here for you. So $100,000 to $150,000, there was 23.7 fewer sales. Total of 187, 150 to 200,000, there were 16% fewer sales, total of 221. 250 to 300,000 was down 13.1%, total of 133. 300 to 400, we hang pretty steady. We're only down 1.9%, total of 154 sales. 400 to 600,000 was up 9.3%. Total of 118. $1 million or more was up 400%, total of 5. So a lot of $1 million or more homes sold in March 2023. And what this is, a lot of this is homes sliding up into these higher price points. Homes that were like 250, 260 have slid up into the $300,000 to $400,000 range. So that's why it's kind of skewed that way. Total number of new listings by list price. We are down comparatively across the board, except for that magic 1 million or more number. So fewer houses getting listed for sale, but also fewer people buying them, meaning that we are still building inventory. But let's just hit a couple of these. So 300 to 400,000 was down 29.5%. Total of 203 new listings. 250 to 300, again, held relatively steady, down 5.1%, total of 168. 200 to 250 was down 20%, and everything's just kind of down like 20%. There's a couple 15s in there. Total number of inventory by current list price. So basically, end of the month, we take a snapshot of the entire market and we split every house that is available by their price points. It's a relatively even split. Everything's about 100, maybe 150 once you get up into the 300 to 600 range. 100 to 150,000, total of 112 homes for sale. 150 to 200,000, there was a total of 106. 250 to 300,000, there was 108. 300 to 400,000, there was 169. Million or more, there was 29. And 600 to a million, there was 81. So thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Kyle Sasser. I am the team leader of Ashler Home Team. If you would like to get in contact with me and maybe need some help finding a house or selling a house, we would be absolutely thrilled to help you out. Best way to get started is to book a call with me. That link is down below, ashlerre.com/book-a-call if you would like to read the subtitles on that. But I'll put a link down below and just to make that easy for you. You can also email me, Kyle, K-Y-L-E, at ashler, ashlarre.com. And yeah, would love to help you out. You know, our motto is the way real estate should be. Everything we do is with the goal of living up to that motto. We would love to share with you what the way real estate should be means. Please don't hesitate to reach out, leave a comment, book a phone call, whatever you want to do. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Kyle Sasser, and I'll talk to you soon.